like the perfect couple. Amanda and Chris had been high school sweethearts, the kind of couple everyone admired. Their life together appeared idyllic. A beautiful home, successful careers, and a love that seemed unbreakable. Friends and family couldn't help but envy their bond, the way they always seemed to be on the same page. But beneath this seemingly flawless exterior, cracks were beginning to show, and Amanda, who once thought she'd found her forever, started to see a different side of Chris. At first, it was subtle, a strange coldness in his demeanor, late nights with no explanation, and a growing distance that she couldn't understand. Chris became increasingly controlling, watching Amanda's every move, questioning her choices, and acting as though he was hiding something from her. Amanda's closest friends noticed changes in her too. She seemed withdrawn, avoiding questions about her marriage and showing up with unexplained bruises. Concerned, they urged her to talk, but Amanda brushed off their concerns, insisting that everything was fine. However, deep down, she knew something was terribly wrong. One evening, after another heated argument, Amanda decided she could no longer ignore the growing sense of fear that plagued her. She confided in her best friend, revealing a truth she had kept hidden for far too long. Chris was involved in illegal activities, something dangerous enough that she feared for her life. Amanda felt trapped, cornered in a marriage she no longer recognized. She knew she couldn't stay, but felt powerless to leave. Slowly, slowly, she began to devise a plan to escape. In secret, she started saving small amounts of money, hiding it away where Chris wouldn't find it, and reaching out to a local support center. She wanted out, but knew she had to be careful. Chris's temper was unpredictable, and one wrong move could cost her dearly. As the weeks passed, Amanda continued to prepare for her escape, each day feeling like she was walking on thin ice. But the tension finally reached a breaking point one fateful night. Amanda, exhausted and emotionally drained, decided to confront Chris about the double life he was leading. The conversation quickly spiraled into a fierce argument, with accusations flying and emotions running high. Chris accused Amanda of betrayal, shouting that she had no idea what he was capable of if she ever left him. Amanda, for the first time, saw a darkness in Chris's eyes that made her realize how real the danger was. Their voices echoed through the house, and neighbors later reported hearing loud crashes and a single, blood-chilling scream that shattered the silence of the night. By morning, the horror was revealed. Amanda was found lifeless on the living room floor, her body showing clear signs of a violent struggle. Chris, however, was nowhere to be found. The once perfect couple had transformed into the center of a murder investigation that would shake the entire community. Detectives were called to the scene, and as they examined the house, they found chilling clues that hinted at a far more sinister story than anyone could have imagined. The walls told a tale of rage, desperation, and betrayal, and as law enforcement delved deeper, they discovered evidence of Chris's criminal ties and a history of manipulation that stretched back years. It became clear that Amanda had become a liability, a dangerous threat to Chris and his secrets. As the investigation progressed, detectives uncovered a complex web of illegal dealings tied to Chris. He had connections with dangerous individuals who wouldn't hesitate to remove anyone who threatened their operations. Friends and family members came forward, sharing details about Amanda's growing fear and her attempts to seek help. Each revelation painted a darker picture of the man Amanda had once loved. Her murder seemed like a calculated move, a decision made in desperation by a man with everything to lose. Law enforcement launched a manhunt, following every lead to find Chris before he could disappear. After weeks of searching, police tracked Chris to a remote cabin far from town. The cabin was a hiding place filled with documents, passports, and cash, everything he'd need to start a new life. But this was no ordinary arrest. When officers surrounded the cabin, Chris was prepared for a standoff, refusing to surrender without a fight. The confrontation was intense, with Chris making one last attempt to escape, but ultimately, he was captured and taken into custody. During questioning, he revealed chilling details about the final night with Amanda, confessing to the murder in a cold, detached manner that left investigators stunned. The trial that followed was a spectacle, drawing attention from across the region. In the courtroom, every detail of Amanda and Chris's life was laid bare. exposing the dark reality behind their seemingly perfect marriage. Chris's past was brought to light, revealing a pattern of control, deception, and violence that had finally culminated in murder. Amanda's family and friends were left devastated, haunted by the realization of how close they had come to losing her without ever knowing the full extent of her suffering. Chris was convicted, sentenced to life in prison, and the case closed. But the tragedy left a lasting scar on all who knew them. In the end, Amanda's story serves as a haunting reminder of the danger that can lurk behind closed doors, hidden beneath a mask of love and devotion. Her life and death were a testament to the courage it takes to escape from control and to the tragic consequences that can come when that escape comes too late.